Hey, I'm Oz, and this is the Iconic Music Show.
We're diving into the sounds that move us. Raw, loud, and unforgettable. From sing-along anthems to intimate acoustic moments, it's all right here.
Get ready to feel it. You're watching the Iconic Music Show. Hi, welcome to the first Iconic Music Show. We're so excited to be here with Gabriella.
Hi.
Welcome, Gabriella, to the first Iconic Music Show.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
So we're going to be showcasing your music, some songs from you tonight.
Yes.
And you're a musician that told me that you were inspired by 90s alternative rock.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about that.
So I'm a 90s kid, and I just grew up on music my parents loved to listen to when I was little. So, you know, Natalie Merchant. I have a deep love for her and her music, and some grunge, you know, all those artists.
Oh, I love Natalie Merchant because she's such a poet with music. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think when we talked earlier, you said that you also had a great relationship with music and your father being tied together through lessons that he gave you with a guitar early on.
So when I was around like 7, my dad bought himself a guitar and he started learning guitar, and I just remember like loving seeing that. And when I got older, I kind of just like took his guitar and started, I had some lessons and started playing and started songwriting. And I feel like music has always been the way that my dad and I connect.
Yeah.
So
it's like a source of connection through the relationship, and it's something that I think you also, when we talked, you said you kind of had a upbringing where you were focusing a lot on academics. There was a lot of pressure for that. It was more orthodox kind of environment, and so you found music to be a source of rebellion and freedom, is what you said.
Yes, absolutely. I did grow up in a very academic environment. I was always very like driven to do well in school, and the schools I went to were very academic heavy. And so when I did start songwriting and discovering music, it was just so different, and it felt very freeing for me. Something really interesting though is, so like I grew up Orthodox, like modern Orthodox Jewish, and something that is super interesting that I kind of just noticed recently is that, so I grew up like studying the Torah, like the Bible, a lot, but it's very poetic as well. So I feel like it kind of gave me that like taste for like writing and poetry and like storytelling as well. So that's kind of a nice realization, I think.
Definitely has been the source of so much, narrative and storytelling in our culture.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
so you said some of your earlier influences were like Bob Dylan and that type of folk music.
Yes.
And was it also, I see a connection of, Natalie Merchant and Bob Dylan and the poetry of language. And we were just talking about how, the Bible, the Torah sort of has, psalms and poems all throughout it. So it's kind of like a interwoven with that, and that's something that you found inspirational with Bob Dylan as well. Yeah,
my dad's a big fan of Bob Dylan, so like I grew up listening to him like all the time, and I just love his poetry. Yeah, it's so descriptive and just kind of takes you somewhere else, and so out of the box. Like, speaking of freedom, I feel like his songwriting shows me what you can do with language. So super inspired by him, and when I started writing songs, it was very much in kind of his vibe of like very lyric heavy, very folky, and that's.
Well, we're excited to see some of your performances tonight, some songs you're going to do for us acoustically.
Yeah.
And so tell us a little bit about the first song that we're going to go to.
Okay, so the first song is very like 90s inspired. It's a song about my first heartbreak. And I wrote it, it was just a really hard time in my life, but that's like the awesome part about songwriting, where you can take something really terrible or that feels terrible in the moment and make something really cool out of it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very specific way about like looking at love and like losing someone you love. And yeah, it's very like traditionally structured, and yeah, I like it.
I think it's great that you found inspiration in music. You know, when you face problems or challenges, oftentimes art or music can be that thing that, you know, helps you cope with or overcome it. So, and it's also interesting that you have this slice in time of yourself as a young person that was, you know, you're facing your first heartbreak, and this song, this poem that you put together to music, kind of references that as like a snapshot in your life.
Totally, it's totally a snapshot.
So let's go to the song now. Tell us the name of the song.
So the song is called Comes in Kindness.
Comes in Kindness.
Yeah.
Great. And so we're going to go to Comes in Kindness now and check it out. Gabriella's going to play that for you here live in our studio in West Hollywood Public Access Television.
The memories keep creeping up on me. There goes our love upon the track. There go the words you can't take back. Here comes the night in all her shame. She comes in kindness.
Great, that was a wonderful song. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
So we're going to go from that to some other performances, but first I wanted to ask you, you know, when you're writing, because you're a writer as well, what comes to you first? Is it the music? Is it the concept? Is it the feeling? Is it the lyrics?
That's a really good question. Usually it's a feeling. Yeah, usually it's a feeling, and then I'll go grab my guitar, or I'll sit at the piano, and then it usually happens very simultaneously. Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes some words will pop in my head, and then I'll quickly try to find music to it, or sometimes I'll like just play a bit and then write a bit and play a bit and write a bit, and it's like a very like, you know, one and the other.
Have you done that mostly singularly, or have you done it with a collaborator so far?
Wow, mostly on my own. Yeah, I really want to start collaborating more, because I think it's great, like that introspection and being able to do something on your own, but I feel like it get really lonely eventually, and like I do want to collaborate more. But yeah, but like the writing process, I like doing alone. I don't like doing that with others. But the performing and everything, I definitely, I'm starting to put like a band together and like, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. You know, what I found about creative stuff is because I love all creative endeavors. And so what I found is doing it on your own, it's like a really wonderful experience. It's a great, for me, it's a form of healing. It's a form of elevation, you know, for myself. Sometimes it's meditation when I'm doing a watercolor painting or something. But when you're working with other people, there's this collaboration that happens with collaborative art, you know, which music can be seen as, and filmmaking and all of those things. It becomes something that is like exponentially greater than the part. So you may want to explore writing with someone else, because it could be frustrating, but could also be amazing, because you'd be like, I wouldn't have thought of that, or that's not my first choice, or at first you might go, ooh, but then after you think about it, you go, hey, wait a minute, let me riff off of this and see what, you know, what we can come up with, and you arrive at a different destination that is oftentimes elevated.
Absolutely, like you'll get to places that you could never have gotten to just you on your own.
Yeah.
And that's really, really cool.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting part of it.
For sure.
Yeah, so we were talking about the first song was about your heartbreak as an adolescent. It was amazing, and a snapshot in that.
Yes.
But now we're going to go to a song, your second song, which is called My Beloved, or / the tree song.
Yes.
Which I love, the tree song.
Or the tree song.
I'm definitely a tree hugger right here.
Yeah, so we can call it the tree song.
Yeah, when I see the big redwood trees, I love to just come and give them a hug, because you can feel the energy. But
I've never seen them in person.
Oh, really? It's amazing. Oh, we're gonna have to go to Sequoia Park or somewhere like that. The Sequoias
and then I'll play that song with the trees.
That's giving me ideas of a great music video. We should go there and do that. Yeah. So this one is about it's about love, but it approaches it from a very different angle from the other song, because you were at a different place in your life.
Very different place in my life. Yeah. So this song is actually My Beloved / the tree song is about the love that I want for myself. So it's very much like a prayer and a wish, and like the potential that I see for my life and for myself. And speaking of evolution and everything, like I feel like it's an evolved version of my heart, I would say. And it's actually really funny, because the thing that actually sparked the writing of that song was that I actually saw a beautiful tree, and I was like, I need to write a song about you.
Oh, wow.
And then I did, and then it really became about like what you know, the metaphor of, you know, my beloved's like a tree.
Amazing.
And then just what I want for myself, like in the future.
I think that putting the creative energy into intention to bring yourself the kind of relationship or love that you want is so important. And it's amazing that you were able to be, as young as you are, aware of that and move in that direction, so that, you know, I think it's just an amazing outlet to be able to use music to change your life and change other people's lives. Yeah, it's amazing. So 100%. We're going to go to the second song now that we've done here in the studio that Gabriella has done for us is My Beloved / the tree song. Let's check it out.
My beloved is like a tree. The shadow of his love shelters me. My beloved's arms are long. Within his strong embrace is the only place that I belong. got a guitar and I'm singing the song, and I just want to spend time with you, and I want something real and I want something true, and I didn't know it could feel this way, like a morning in spring, like the middle of May, and and I'm singing a song, and I just want to spend time with you, and I want something real and I want something true, and I didn't know it could feel this way. Maybe I'll go, but I think that I wanna stay. Do you wanna stay?
And we're back here with Gabriella Sara. I'm so excited that you came today to play the songs for us. It was amazing.
Thank you. I'm so excited too. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
it's a really
and
special
so I wanted to talk to you.
experience.
We were talking earlier about how you were working on your album. And
Yes.
you know, many artists have had this experience where you go into the studio, you're working with someone, maybe you have a relationship with them, maybe you don't have a relationship,
Yeah.
and they're more professional, but
Yeah.
you had a situation where there were creative differences or some kind of
Yeah.
challenges.
Yeah.
And so how did you cope with that, and what does that mean as far as moving forward with your album?
So that's a really good question. Yeah, there was something about the dynamic there that I felt like I was getting farther away from like my truth.
Your
and
authentic self.
My authentic self, yeah. And also in my relationship with myself and my creativity. And at first I had a lot of like anger and disappointment towards the other person, but with time and with therapy,
Important.
I
Therapy's
just,
important.
yeah, I mean, I think people come into our lives for a reason, and I think it's an experience I kind of had to go through to get to a more true place. And
Yeah.
so I'm honestly like thankful to the person and to the experience as much as it was painful. But yeah, I decided to stop that process because it just started becoming something that wasn't fun or enjoyable, and it was more about, is it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think I still grapple with that, like the balance between like, I really want to make something really good because I know I have it in me, but it's, it's an art in and of itself to find the balance between that and like just truly enjoying the creative process and just bringing yourself to it without weighing it down with like expectations or what it should be, you know? But for now, I'm not working on that album, and I'm actually working on an EP that's very different. It's just 4 songs, and more stripped down, simpler, you know, and just moving on and having learned those lessons. And I'll probably record those songs eventually, but it doesn't feel right now.
There's that part when you're doing something creative and you're on your own, when you grab your guitar, you're doing something, you're making your own little film or whatever. It's a different process than it is when you bring the world into it. It becomes a business, or it becomes something like that, where that part of it is engaging with you. It can oftentimes, people get bamboozled by that. They get derailed. Their creativity, like you said, it feels like this is moving away from who I am, because there's so many other considerations for the business of it than for just the creative, endeavor. So I think that's a great learning experience for you, and many people watching that want to be in music possibly be facing that and have to struggle with that as well. But I would say you did the right thing by remaining true to your voice.
Thank you
because
so
that
much.
is the proper approach, is to always say to yourself, am I moving towards the light that I want to be, the person that I want to be, the vibration that I want to give? And if you're not doing that, then you should do what you did, just do a reset.
Yeah, that's so wise, and it's just so good to like hear that. And yeah, I agree 100%.
Great. So we're so happy that you came in today.
Thank you so
much. I want
much
to tell
for
everybody
having me.
where they can see your music. It's on Spotify or
Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look up Gabriella Sara Music, all one word, to check out more. And also you can look up the Iconic Music Show and check out the show that we've done here at West Hollywood Public Access. We're so happy that you guys joined us. Thank you, Gabriella.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is the first show, and we just you know, we christened the ship today. This is the great thing. We need some champagne.
So definitely.
We need to smash some champagne on something. But thank you so much for coming.
It's really fun.
And thank you guys for watching the Iconic Music Show. Please tune in the future. We're going to have more great guests, more great artists, more great musicians, and we're going to delve in deeper to what inspires them, what their story is, and how they arrive at their process for making music for you guys. So thanks so much. Take care and rock on, baby.
Hey, let's go on camera.
And action.
You're watching the Iconic Music Show.